In today's news, President Dr. Mohammad Moiz accorded an official welcome by Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim. Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim praises Maldives' ban on Israel passports. And Maldives and Malaysia signed key agreements on further cooperation between the two countries.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to News. I am Umna Ismail, your host for today. The government of Malaysia has officially welcomed President Dr. Mohammad Moiz. The welcoming ceremony was held this morning in Putrajaya, Malaysia. Upon his arrival, President Dr. Moiz was received by the Prime Minister of Malaysia, Anwar Ibrahim. The President then inspected the Guard of Honor, followed by the playing of the national anthems of both nations by the Malaysian military. During the ceremony, President Dr. Moiz was greeted by Malaysian dignitaries and formally introduced the Maldivian delegation to Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim. Following the ceremony, the President signed the guest book after both leaders posed for a commemorative photograph in front of the Putra Mosque. President Dr. Moiz is accompanied by a delegation comprising cabinet members and senior government officials. The Maldives and Malaysia have signed agreements aimed at enhancing cooperation across several important sectors. The agreements were signed during the official visit of President Dr. Mohammad Moiz to Malaysia.
Prior to the signing ceremony, President Dr. Moiz and Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim issued a joint statement emphasizing the importance of deepening collaboration between the two nations. Both leaders expressed their commitment to working together on regional and international matters and discussed exploring further avenues for strengthening bilateral relations. In the statement, the leaders also affirmed their shared views on Palestine and pledged to cooperate closely on this front. President Dr. Moiz extended an invitation to Prime Minister Ibrahim to visit the Maldives. Following their remarks, the two leaders formally exchanged the signed agreements. Areas of cooperation between the Maldives and Malaysia. Cooperation in the field of sports. The agreement was signed on behalf of the Maldives by the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Abdullah Khalil, and by the Minister of Youth and Sports, Hanayo, on behalf of the Malaysian government. Cooperation in the health sector. This agreement was also signed by Dr. Abdullah Khalil for the government of Maldives, while Dr. Zulkifli Ahmad signed on behalf of the government of Malaysia. Cooperation in the field of tourism. Dr. Mariam Shabina Ahmad, the Maldives ambassador to Malaysia, signed the agreement on behalf of the Maldivian government. Deputy Minister of Tourism, Arts and Culture, Khairul Firdaus, represented Malaysia. Diplomatic training. The agreement focused on developing people in the diplomatic sector was signed by Dr. Mariam Shabina for the Maldives and by Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs, Muhammad Alamin, for Malaysia. The President's visit was accompanied by Maldivian ministers, and ministers from both countries were present at the exchange ceremony.
Malaysian Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim has praised the Maldives' decision to ban Israeli passports, calling it a courageous move. Prime Minister Anwar praised the Maldives on this decision during a joint press briefing held today as part of President Dr. Mohammad Moiz's official visit to Malaysia. The Prime Minister stated that he also intends to act against Israel for its ongoing genocide against Palestine. During this press briefing, President Dr. Moiz repeatedly called for an independent Palestine and reaffirmed that Maldivians will always remain with the Palestinian people. President Dr. Mohammad Moiz ratified the Third Amendment to the Maldives Immigration Act, banning Israeli passport holders from entering the Maldives on April 15, 2025. This move aligns with the government's stance on the ongoing genocide committed by Israelis against Palestinians. Currently, 18 countries, including the Maldives and Malaysia, have banned Israeli passports, showing their stance against the ongoing atrocities in Palestine. President Dr. Mohamed Muiz expressed his gratitude towards Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim and the government of Malaysia for the warm welcome and hospitality extended to him and his delegation during his official visit to Malaysia. In a statement shared on X, President Dr. Muiz highlighted the productive nature of the official talks held between the two governments. The discussions reportedly centered on strengthening development cooperation across a range of sectors and fostering closer people-to-people ties. President Dr. Muiz conveyed his satisfaction with the in-depth dialogue conducted, noting the long-standing friendly relations between the Maldives and Malaysia. He also confirmed the exchange of several memorandum of understanding in areas such as tourism, sports, and health, as well as exchange of notes concerning bilateral consultations and diplomatic training. The Maldivian government, he affirmed, remains committed to enhancing cordial relations and looks forward to further collaboration for the mutual benefit of both nations. Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim, also writing on X, reported that he and President Dr. Muiz had led their respective delegations in the Malaysia-Maldives bilateral meeting. The talks, according to Prime Minister Anwar, spanned a wide array of topics including trade, education, tourism, climate change, defense, youth and sports, Islamic banking, the halal industry, anti-corruption efforts, digital technology, solar energy, and artificial intelligence. Regional matters were also addressed, with particular attention given to Myanmar and Gaza, as well as discussions concerning US tariffs. Following the meeting, both leaders witnessed the signing of 3 MOUs and the exchange of notes on diplomatic training and bilateral consultations. The Ministry of Islamic Affairs has submitted a formal request to the Saudi Ministry of Hajj to include Maldives in the Makkah Route initiative. Speaking on April 27, the Minister of Islamic Affairs, Dr. Muhammad Shahim Ali Said, confirmed that the ministry has officially approached the Saudi authorities with this request. Inclusion in the Makkah Route initiative would mean that Maldivian pilgrims would no longer be required to wait at Jeddah Airport upon arrival. Instead, they would be able to proceed directly to their accommodation. Pilgrims would also complete all necessary procedures in the Maldives prior to departure, thus eliminating the need for such formalities upon arrival in Saudi Arabia. At present, 7 countries have been granted access to the Makkah Route initiative. Minister Dr. Shahim expressed hope that this opportunity would soon be extended to Maldivian pilgrims, noting that the government is actively working towards this goal. The minister emphasized the government's commitment to facilitating and easing the pilgrimage journey for Maldivians. Currently, pilgrims often experience long waiting times at Jeddah Airport, making the journey more exhausting. He stated that participation in the Makkah Route initiative would provide significant relief and convenience for pilgrims. We'll be back after a short break.
In here today.
Of course, bro. It's the kickoff. It's the new Premier League season. We'll be ready. Get loud. This is new faces, latest drip, and fresh trims. It's time to believe. The greatest league in the world is back.
Brought to you by MediaNet.
Kafa, tiga pocket and no contact phone lani. Kafa, passport at the family gilligiayo. Kafe, Kanitani, for shigilligiayo.
Kokko hasnuwe, kafe dani hajjan umra plan nagag. Konkamaka kafa haswamvi. Ituru malumat Elite mobile app adi myelite.mv.
Elite Ailaya, marhaba.
Welcome back. The Housing Development Corporation, HDC, has announced that as of April 13, 2025, a total of 101 hectares of land has been reclaimed at Fushide Garufaru under the Rasmale project. The Rasmali project, described as the Maldives' first eco-city development, aims to provide a long-term solution to the housing challenges in the Greater Male area. In total, 1,009 hectares of land will be reclaimed for the project, making it the largest housing and urban development initiative ever undertaken in the Maldives. The 101 hectares of land reclaimed so far is more than half the size of Hulumale Phase 1. The reclaimed areas include 29 hectares at Site J, awarded to Capital Marine and Civil Construction Company Private Limited, and 72 hectares across sites D, F, G, and L, part of the 378 hectares awarded to Mohan Mota Exports Private Limited. Alongside land reclamation, beach protection works are underway. To enhance resilience against climate change and coastal erosion, the reclaimed land in Rasmali has been elevated to 2.5 meters above sea level, which is 0.5 meters higher than the elevation of Hulumale. The city is designed to accommodate a population of 240,000 people. The government plans to develop Rasmali as an eco-city with 11,000 land plots and more than 26,000 flats. In addition to housing, the project will include areas designated for business activities, industrial use, and tourism development. Upon completion, Rasmali will cover a land area 3 times the size of Hulumale, including Hulumale Phase 2, and is expected to provide a permanent solution to the housing shortage in the Greater Male region. The number of tourists visiting the Maldives this year has surpassed 800,000, according to the latest daily tourism statistics released by the Ministry of Tourism and Environment. Between January 1 and April 26, 2025, a total of 806. Between January 1 and April 26, 2025, a total of 806,110 tourists arrived in the Maldives, representing a 7.6% increase compared to the 749,225 arrivals recorded during the same period last year. From April 1 to 26 alone, an average of 6,949 tourists arrived daily, bringing the total number of visitors for April so far to 173,692. The ministry's figures show that the majority of tourists stayed at resorts, with 566,206 arrivals, accounted for 70.2% of the total. Guest houses received 195,066 tourists, making up 24.2%, while hotels recorded 23,968 tourists, or 3.0%, and safari vessels accommodated 20,343 tourists, representing 2.5%. China emerged as the leading source market so far this year with 87,731 tourists, followed by the United Kingdom with 85,690 tourists, and Russia with 82,833 tourists. This marks a slight shift from last year, when Russia ranked second and the UK third, although China has maintained its position at top. Currently, 61,375 tourist beds are operational across the Maldives, including 42,085 beds in 172 resorts, 2,038 beds in 15 hotels. Bank of Maldives, BML, has introduced a new commercial property financing facility offering funding options for the purchase of land, business premises, and garage spaces across the country. The BML Islamic Commercial Property Financing aims to support businesses in acquiring completed properties or those under an end-user financing model. The facility covers the purchase of land for operational purposes or future expansion, as well as commercial spaces such as office buildings, warehouses, retail outlets, and manufacturing sites. To qualify, businesses must be registered and operating for a minimum of 2 years, demonstrate satisfactory financial performance for the latest financial year, and maintain a good credit history. Through this facility, businesses can access up to 30 million rupiah in financing at a rate of 12% with flexible repayment options and an initial grace period. According to BML CEO and Managing Director Mohammad Sharif, the facility is intended to strengthen businesses by providing the financial resources needed to acquire commercial properties such as office spaces and warehouses. Sharif noted that the initiative would create new opportunities for business expansion and infrastructure development, helping enterprises invest in future growth and operational capacity. BML added that the new product is part of the bank's effort to offer accessible financial solutions that encourage business expansion. 2 Maldivians have won a photo contest organized by Visit Maldives and earned the chance to travel to Liverpool to watch a Premier League match at Anfield. Ali Shahud and Abdullah Ahnaf were selected as winners of the Show Your Reds, a local competition, which invited local Liverpool FC fans to showcase their passion by sharing photos on Instagram, Facebook or X. The contest, which ran from April 13 to 20, required participants to wear official Liverpool gear, use face paint or display memorabilia, and include the hashtag #ShowYourRedsLocal in their posts. Winners were selected based on photo quality, originality, and overall display of fan spirit. As part of their prize, Shahud and Ahnaf attended the Liverpool FC versus Tottenham match, where Liverpool secured the Premier League title. Visit Maldives said that the contest aimed to celebrate local fans and encourage engagement as part of its wider partnership with Liverpool FC, announced earlier this year. According to Visit Maldives, the partnership has generated significant reach, with over 80 million impressions recorded on social media within 1 week of its launch. The Win a Holiday to Maldives campaign, hosted on Liverpool's MyLFC platform, has also received more than 50,000 entries. The Maldives is aiming to attract 2.3 million tourists this year, with Visit Maldives ramping up international marketing efforts through collaborations such as the Liverpool FC partnership. That's all for today. Thank you so much for joining us.